right, here we go. Boo, 90. Boo, 90.
Now Osweiler on second down. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. On third down, Miller. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on fourth down. So now the Texans will call on the veteran Shane Leckler to kick this one away. Back deep, Antonio Brown. That's taken inside his own 40. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. Throwing now, Griffin on first down. Over the middle, it's complete. He's still on his feet, and he's brought down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half. It's Griffin backing up. His throw incomplete. So that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the third quarter now. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And with the new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. And now out comes Houston. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Here's Osweiler to throw, finding time. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And he's got him over the middle, Fedorowicz. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Shane Leckler now, as he'll kick it away for the second time.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
With it is Brown. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. They come up in an offset eye. Now Griffin on second down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Now a run with a fullback, Johnson. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Again, they keep it on the ground, and again, it's Johnson. And able to push. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. They come out here in the eye. Here's Johnson now, the fullback. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
Football's such a game of tendencies, down and distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, you think, yeah, the fullback's probably going to get the ball, but when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there. Hand it to their big guy to pick up a first down.
1st and goal from the 1 as they look to punch it in. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Malcolm Johnson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
It looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Now Osweiler surveying the field and seeing nowhere to throw. He chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Osweiler. He's got time. Great protection. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And that one good for 16 yards and a first. They'll come up with split backs in the backfield. And with just over 40 seconds now remaining, he gets up and spikes it. Ten yards still left on second down. To throw again is Osweiler. He's got time in the pocket. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big hook up there. Osweiler to Hopkins. 51 yards. And they're going to speed things up here. Now he'll spike it here with 20 seconds to go on the clock. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Again, Osweiler. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And they'll stop it with 4 seconds showing on the clock. And maybe a final chance to get on the scoreboard here. This is 4th and goal. One last shot for Osweiler. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. What a hard-fought, low-scoring game. A tough one to lose always, partner.
For the losing team, not beautiful. But for the winning team, that's almost textbook old-school football. And you know I loved it.
Welcome in, everyone. I'm your host, Larry Ridley, and this is Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. On deck, we've got a great matchup in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Falcons come into this one knowing defense is going to play a big role, and much of that is going to come down to being opportunistic and dictating the tempo of the game. If they can do those two things at home, they'll have a very good chance to put this game in the win column. So with that, we'll send you out to the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, home of the Dirty Birds, where we bring in the two men who will call the action, and that's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
Here we go. 3-19.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And just a simple, basic neutral zone infraction here, partner.
Yeah, when you're ready to launch and go get the quarterback, sometimes you take off a bit too fast.
Here we go now. 3-19.
A handoff left. It's Ryan Matthews. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
When the defensive line controls the offensive front the way we just saw there, it doesn't allow any of the offensive linemen to leak downfield and get to the linebackers and block them on the second level. You end up with the type of play we just saw. Linebackers didn't have to fight anyone off, didn't have to knock anyone to the side, didn't have to elude anyone trying to block them. They just saw the play, ran to the ball, and finished things off.
Fresh set of downs here.
Here we go. Blue 90.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And this is Randall here over the middle. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of him.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out.
Here we go. Blue 90.
Throwing now is Wentz. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win, and the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. First down, Griffin. That's complete. It's Brian Quick. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And now a carry here for their fullback. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now Griffin on second down. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing now, Griffin on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Second and 10. Once again, Griffin. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
You know, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
Griffin will throw again. Johnson with a completion over the middle. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime. Final play of the half. It's Griffin. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8. Yeah, that's perfect. 2. Davis. Deep. I got to go. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Didn't know Larry got cut off early. We are back and ready for the third quarter. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot. Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Now a draw play. Here's the fullback Johnson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. Well, they were going draw play there. The defense wasn't fooled. They sniffed it out.
I think they're going to have to go back and take a few more acting classes because that's what a lot of that is. You've got to influence them to think that it's going to be a pass play and have them drop out and maybe the defensive front coming forward and find yourself some space. In this case, no one was fooled and ended up spilling that play pretty well.
And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. Well, there's 2 sides here. I guess you could pinpoint and look at the offense and say, oh, man, what a disaster. Hey, the defense, though, they came through.
Preparation's the key to everything, and when you're on the defensive side of the ball and in special teams meetings, you prepare for plays like this, and in this case, they were actually able to win it.
And a short gain down to about the 33. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back now in Atlanta as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. has the option going right. Oh, what a move. And he will be stopped here for no gain, and then it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they... And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he's...